So next we have a combination of comments because it all kind of ties in together. So let's see. First of all, TheSteakJustice says, "Holy Christ, just push the lock-on button." TheCheezWizz replies to him, "Don't say things like that. It might just go weird on you." And also we have Green3Eagle saying, "I think she's using magic." This is in reference to the Dark Souls video where I'm fighting the Scorpion Lady. "Because you are so far away from her, semicolon, you could try baiting her while you are mid-range. I think you can beat her next time. You may be able to fire faster if you lock on." And replies to himself, "Just read your description of this playlist, sorry about the lock-on comment." Now, the TheCheezWizz guy, this guy knows me. This guy knows me. I have been known to go weird on people who tell me to lock on. Maybe I've gone weird on him too. I don't know. I don't think so. I looked through my comments, I looked through stuff. It doesn't seem like it, but I can't confirm because it's hard to keep track because the names and the channel names and everything, I mean, now they're the same, but in the past they were not the same. Google Plus. Anyway, yeah, I have been known to do that, but you know, you don't have to be afraid. I'm not gonna be like angry on you or anything if you tell me to lock on. It's the natural reaction. When you see somebody doing something wrong, you feel like telling them how to do it better. I understand. I do it all the time. It's no big deal. But as Green3Eagle has noticed, I am playing through Dark Souls without locking on, unless it completely inhibits the progression. Meaning that literally it would be impossible to progress through the game without locking on. That would be the situation in which I would, you know, lock on. In any other situation, I am not going to lock on in the game, because that's how I play Dark Souls. I played the first Dark Souls without locking on once, except that one time where I read how to lock on in the training area, locked on, changed the button which does the locking on and completely forgot about it, and never used locking on since then, because I didn't need it. And I think that's one of the things about the game that I really loved, specifically about Dark Souls 1. You didn't need to do shit. At no point in the game you were significantly disadvantaged if you didn't lock on. There was always something you could do to remedy it somehow. Like you could still backstab most enemies without locking on. Not all of them, most of them. Those that you couldn't backstab, you could probably parry easily. Or relatively easily. Without locking on. Anyway, I didn't need that at all. Not even once I felt in Dark Souls 1 that, hey, if I lock on, this would be so much easier. There were areas where it certainly could have helped, but I didn't feel like locking on was mandatory. In Dark Souls 2, I feel like locking on is mandatory. And while my own playthrough kind of contradicts that because I'm not locking on, you can see that it's not reasonable to not do it, because I'm currently sitting at 400 deaths and counting, and I'm barely a third through the game. And sure, probably a lot of those deaths could be attributed to not locking on. A lot more probably could be attributed to terrible builds, to not using human effigies, and a lot of other things you have done or whatever. But that's the point. In Dark Souls 1, you didn't actually have to care about those things. Like if this was Dark Souls 1 and I was doing it the way I'm doing Dark Souls 2, I wouldn't have a problem. Sure, I would still die, but like with like mere one or two exceptions in the entire game, so something like the Four Kings, maybe the Capra Demon, I wouldn't have any issues fighting those enemies, even with these limitations, because the game is just that much better balanced around the player choices. You can do whatever the fuck you want. You want to jump enemies to death? Go knock yourself out. It's gonna take forever, but you have the openings. Not in Dark Souls 2 though. Like it's very much built around either having a really good stat and gear lineup or just playing at the slowest pace possible, at which point you ask yourself, why not just go ahead and kill them a number of times so they stop respawning, which is something I do, and I've done this like on a few areas already in this game, in Dark Souls 2 specifically, because why wouldn't I? It makes completely no sense for me to slowly drudge through these enemies. I can just quickly kill them, even if I end up dying, so what? I pretty much lose no souls. I kill them usually really fast with stuff like plunging attacks or mashing the buttons. In the end, I will probably spend less time by just killing them over and over quickly until they stop respawning than I will occasionally dying to them as I try to kill them slowly, or avoiding them, and stuff like that. It just makes no sense. And that's really... I'll leave the rest of this explanation for when I finish the game, because I want to finish the game, and then, when I am completely sure about the entirety of it, when I understand completely and truly what it's made of, that my complaints are relevant and not just dumb part of a game. Because it has relatively good levels. For example, I like the pirate level. Right? It was a good level. It wasn't amazing, but it was cool. I liked it. I can't say the same about the place where you stand up from a bonfire and instantly get attacked by 3 crossbowmen. I'm pretty sure no one can. So yeah. In regards to the boss, yeah, I kinda did a few things off screen. It was like literally before I left for my trip, so I'm sure I can kill her relatively easily now, cause I've had the chance to relax and think about it. So expect her death in the nearby future, whenever I feel well enough that I can record actual gameplay. This is already... I'm already tired and sweating, because... at least I don't have a headache yet, so that's good. Anyway, let's move on. NeonNautilus again, on my Let's Play Dark Souls part something. I believe this is 33. You are immune to curse, aren't you? Now that I think about it, curse just makes you more hollow, so nothing to worry about here. I think there are more fragrant branches than there are places to use them. Maybe. So, curses in Dark Souls 1 would instantly kill you. So, obviously I thought that they would do the same thing here. But if you're saying that all the curses do is just reduce your health, which my health cannot be reduced any further, that's cool. Yet another merit of playing it without using human effigies. I'll add it to the very long list of like one other point. Now I don't know about the Fragrant Branches, because I don't read up about games when I play them through the first time. I want to genuinely see how the games tell you about things. Like, you know, I actually like to figure things out and see how they go through with explaining stuff. I basically like puzzles, you know? So I take the very lack of information from reading up in of itself as a puzzle that the game provides. So I don't know how many Fragrant Branches are there or where they are. I don't know if the game's going to tell me, and I don't know if I've wasted any or not. But I do know that I will not use them unless I see a good reason to, specifically because I don't know if I can afford to do that. It would be nice if that's the case, and I will definitely backtrack to the 3 locations that I saw petrified beings. But I'm not gonna rush it, that's for sure. There's definitely no need to rush it. It's fine for now that I know that they are on short supply, because there's no pressing need for me to unpetrify something anyway. So it doesn't really matter. And obviously, when and if I play through New Game Plus, I will most likely look up all of this information. So then we'll know, and then I will be able to answer your question of maybe. Thegoldgun68 says, "Hey man, would you be interested in a partnership opportunity for your channel? Let me know what you think." The answer is no. A lot of people actually approached me with this partnership opportunity thing, and pretty much without exception, I've said no to them. There was one guy to which I replied in a very nice manner, because he approached me with a very nice manner. Now, the gold gun here is pretty tame. It's pretty tame. I'm not sure if he's tame because he can't actually message me because I don't have Google Plus, so the messaging system doesn't work, or whatever. But the fact is, you know, I don't feel like making fun out of him for asking me these questions yet. But there have been cases where people would approach me with these partnership opportunities in a completely ridiculous way. For example, someone sent me a private message, and at the end of the message he says, "Hey, PS, hey, this is confidential. You should not share this." I mean, aren't you supposed to put that at the start of a message so I can then make a choice as to whether I want to continue reading or not? That seems to be the sensible thing to do, right? So when people do stupid shit like that, I end up just replying in the most sarcastic, massive essay type of a thing. Of course, since these are confidential things, I can't reveal you specifics, but they're pretty fucking hilarious and sarcastic and cynical, and pretty much those people are never gonna come to me with a partnership opportunity ever again. But it's no big deal. I don't actually seek a partnership opportunity at this time. I don't feel comfortable placing ads next to videos that have what? Let's see, latest video, 18 views? Like, that's not even a cent, even if all the views got ads and then skip. That would give me nothing. But it would inconvenience people, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to inconvenience people without there being some sort of silver lining. Like, I would become a partner if the money I could gain from the ads would somehow let me further the channel's quality. Yes, improve it, so to speak. If I could, like, buy a new microphone, for example, that would actually work and wouldn't require black magic to fix the noise and everything, or something like that. But at the moment, there's no way the videos that I make would allow me to actually collect that amount in the first place, so I see absolutely no reason for me to become a partner as a result of this. And pretty much until that changes, my answer is gonna be always no. When that changes, which, I don't know, could even never happen, very possible, then I'll think about it, and I'll definitely be seeking out a partnership myself and not just taking somebody's random opportunity from a random person who just writes on my channel page. No offense, of course. To put it short, there's nothing to gain for either of the sides in this current case in regards to partnership. So there is no way a deal can be struck. And the final comment is from MrPavel3415. This game is a total joke even after removing the delay with the attacks. Now from time to time I hit with my fist. What good is that? And when I pick an items, my hero attacks for no reason, and if I am close to a pit or a hole, I fall down and die. I even tried playing with a controller and it worked fine until I saw that there is no way to rotate the camera, and since you cannot rebind the keys, that's just another reason to stop playing as much as I wanted to. I really don't have what to say. I mean, I don't play with a controller, and I don't have these issues. But if you do, I can only feel sorry for you. I'm really sorry that the game doesn't work out for you. Then again, I'm probably not sorry, because you are actually better off not playing this game, and you should probably just hit up the first Dark Souls. I actually had the chance to hit up the first Dark Souls when I was visiting my grandma during the 3-week period. It was lagging, it was dropping below 30 FPS, but it still felt better than Dark Souls 2. That's pretty fucking sad. Anyway, that is all for the comments. I'm not sure if this was split into 2 videos or 1, because this is huge. But that's all the comments for now. I am probably resuming the videos as soon as I can. I'm gonna try for a weekend video, but I might not make it if my health situation complicates itself. Not to worry, right now I'm not feeling too bad, I'm just a little bit, I got a little bit of temperature, like I said, and might go away in a day or 2. But just in case it doesn't, I'm gonna warn you ahead of time that that will be the only reason that I would not release videos in the nearby future. Like anything else, the world ending is not gonna stop me. It's not gonna stop me. Unless the world ending somehow would directly affect the YouTube servers, in which case I wouldn't be able to upload anyway. But let's hope it doesn't come to that. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.